Hi, I'm Ian Rinion, an independent alternative media practitioner, among other things. And this is a very unusual BREWED banter because right now I am supposed to have tea for what we're going to talk about, but I'm resorted to coffee. The reason why I wanted tea at this point and the reason why I'm wearing black, I guess you heard the news. London Bridge is down, and Britain and the Commonwealth has a new king. So Queen Elizabeth II has died on the 8th of September 2022. It's already the 9th of September here in the Philippines when that happened. And yeah, the whole world is devastated. At least those who cared. Now, some folks on social media do not have any reaction to this death of the Queen, and rightfully so, because they don't really care about it. Fair enough. But there are some who say that good riddance to the Queen. I mean, okay naman sana yun kung if you're part of the First Nations of Canada and Australia, I guess you would have some questionable sentiments regarding this. But I think now is not the right time to adhere to anti-monarchist rhetoric, especially for people here in the Philippines who are not really that involved in the British way of life, except for for more than 1 year in 1762, when the British East India Company invaded Manila during the 7 Years' War. Now, it seems that we have lost our sense of humanity just because we adhere to certain ideologies that promote an us versus them approach to everything. So much so that grieving for ideological opponents, whoever they may be, who grieve their dead, is deemed a factor for opposition and must be condemned. Ang masasabi ko lang dun, Jacobin yarn. Kasi, they're also humans. The British royal family are also mortals, like the rest of us. Mamamatay din sila. Can we not just give them can we just consider that they are also human? Take away the crown, take away the noble titles, take away everything that is associated to them, and just treat them as a family, grieving for the loss of their matriarch. Hindi ba ito mahirap ba yun? Is that difficult? Or your ideology or the ideologies of these people have already clouded their sense of humanity, that everyone and everything that is against them can just sod off. And sorry, kakabukas ko lang. Come on. Kakabukas ko lang ng laptop na yan. So, if you might see some changes here in the Intrepid HQ workstation, that's one of them. So, pardon me, nagsa-startup pa lang yan. And I would just like to read this statement or this status or post by na nireshare ko rin sa Facebook page ko. You can check that out as well in your free time. This came from Kaloy Palad, a Filipino Catholic commentator, and my and a personal acquaintance of my own, if not a personal friend. Kumbaga, nakilala ko na talaga siya when I was a college kid. So, this is what he said. Ganito lang yan. Was the British Empire awful? In many ways, yes. But consider the alternative. What do you think the world would be like if Africa, the Indian subcontinent, and much of Southeast Asia had been left alone in the hands of innumerable innumerable warring tribes, principalities, rajas, sultans, and kings. Same can be asked about the Spanish and French empires and the vast lands they ruled. I agree that the legacy of European imperialism is a mixed bag, and that some European states are still clinging to the dreams and fumes of lost empire, strutting about with an air of superiority to which they have no right. However, we also need to ask if the alternative would have been better. This is what wokeism refuses to even consider. By the way, much of the progress that took place in 19th century Philippines was due to the British. It was the Brits who handled the building of the Manila-Dagupan Railroad, for example, and the locomotives came from Scotland. The British dominated commerce in the Philippines so much, along with the Chinese, that it was described as an Anglo-Chinese commercial colony with a Spanish flag. So, this is actually a complementary to what I am going to deal with this video. Kasi mga kababayan, if we are really to resort ourselves to research or know about our history, it seems that we lost touch with what the Brits have done here in the Philippines. And it's also a mixed bag of its own. Kasi even though at the 19th century of Spanish Philippines, the last century of Spanish Philippines, the British were very much everywhere, and with a central hub in Manila. Nakapunta lang sila dyan dahil dahil nga sinakop tayo ng mga Briton in 1762. Now, Xiao Chua also has his own statement, kaya lang medyo mahaba to kaysa and it's in Tagalog, so maybe some of the foreign people in this video or who may watch this video may not appreciate what I'm saying here. But basically, Xiao Chua, who is a Filipino public historian here, is just saying that let's just be sensible. Let's just let these people grieve. They're dead. Is it too much to ask? Is it really too much to ask to grieve for the dead? Diba? Sure, grieve for the dead who died in vain, but also have some decency to set aside ideologies and just empathize. If we are supposed to be empathetic to people, let's not make it selective. Okay? Subukan nating maging empathetic sa lahat ng tao. Sure, it should not sabihin nating erase the fact that there are some things that in their system that really went wrong. Everyone recognizes that. But let's just calm the fuck down. Okay? Kasi it's just it's really masakit, nakakasakit ng ulo din kaya yung galit ka lagi sa lahat ng bagay. Been there, done that, probably, dahil nga marami din akong pinagagalitan and all that, pero naisip ko rin, it's not gonna benefit my health in general and my mental health in particular. So let's just let them grieve and bury their dead. Yun lang naman yung sa akin. And as a final thought for this video, I would like to read my own statement which I also wrote as a message of condolence to the British royal family on their website. Meron silang online book of condolence, and I'll link it on in the description below if you would like to send your condolences to the British royal family. So here's my own message. In 1762, the city of Manila was involved in the 7 Years' War, where Britain was on one side and occupied the city for around a year, and Spain, who once governed the islands of the Philippines for hundreds of years, on the other. The sad coincidence is no hindrance for native Filipinos, who have since declared their independence from monarchy in general and the Spanish crown in particular in 1898, to venture outside our archipelago nation to the rest of the world to be of help to all, including the British Isles. In general, Filipino professionals have been in the United Kingdom to earn a living or settle into British communities. As a son of a retired seafarer whose career highlight was working on a British passenger ship named after the late Queen Elizabeth II, and as someone whose career in an industry catering to clients from Commonwealth nations became part of my life, the grief, or at least the surreal atmosphere most of the world is experiencing because of the death of Queen Elizabeth, has some personal impact. Therefore, I express my utter sorrow and deepest condolences to His Majesty King Charles III and the rest of the British royal family for the death of his mother, Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In addition, I wish the King and his family the blessings of Almighty God in the fulfilling of their duties and the pursuit of endeavors that promote the common good. The Queen is dead. May she rest in peace. Her son ascends the throne. God save the King. And that is basically my own message of condolence to the late Queen Elizabeth II and to her successor, King Charles III. Cheers. And with all that said, this is Intrepid Ian Riñon reminding you to, at all times, be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Until then, look alive, stay alive, be kind to yourself and to each other, now more than ever. And as always, thank you for watching. From Intrepid HQ, see you next time. Ian out.